This is my huge Minecraft castle that I've been working on for like 9 years now, and it's finally complete. So in this video I'm going to show you basically the whole structure and all the new changes and details. But of course, before I begin, click subscribe for more cool Minecraft content like this, because now we are in version 11.4 of this world. I've been playing a lot, so let's see what's in this new update 11.4. I added the Nexus tunnel. What that means is basically over at Nexus City right here, you can see that the highway now is almost there. I don't know how I'm gonna get it in there yet, but yeah, I added this tunnel which goes, it connects the highway all the way to Chocolateville City, which is way down there. It goes through the mountain. Next up, I furnished Central Academy. Now, there's a bunch of things that I'm gonna rope into one, so I furnished Central Academy. I added new castle roofs. I also added new details to Central Castle. So those are all 3 things in one, basically. So now, yeah, we're going to the castle now. You see that? This is Central Academy or Central Castle. There's been a lot of changes. So I've seen people talk to me and they're like, hey, yo, your castle sucks because it doesn't have texture. Well, check that out. It has texture now. It was always a work in progress, you guys. Stop being so judgy. But yeah, basically, if you add fancy blocks around the sides, you're good. So I don't know, it just adds detail, and honestly, I'm not too sure about that andesite column. It still looks good either way. Yeah, it looks like a proper castle now. Of course, the more notable feature is that I changed the roof color from cobblestone to, warped planks. Is that what it's called? Yeah, warped planks. But it still looks good, right? So the inspiration for the roof color is Hogwarts. That's where I got the inspiration, because Hogwarts sort of has either a gray or green-ish roof color. And of course, I could always change the color of it anyway, but for now, I think I like this color. It's unique, it stands out. Now, when I made all this stuff 3D, I realized that, I had to expand the roofs out, so it looks like they're sort of pointy, kind of like pointy skirt, sort of. But yeah, let's go in for a tour, because I did say I furnished the entire castle. So an update I think from last time that I forgot to tell you about was that I added stained glass windows to the dining hall. So it just looks a lot better than just being a plain wall, so, now it looks pretty good. It still is kind of plain inside here, at least, but, we're getting there, right? But I did add a lot of details in every single room now, so it's not just empty. So, I added things like benches and plants because, again, this is a school. It's the academy. It's like a university, I guess. So, of course, you got here the central gate. This is like the grand staircase that takes you everywhere. So you can go into a bunch of different rooms and stuff. It's, it's pretty interesting. So in here we have the central keep, which has a bunch of, classrooms. So the thing with classrooms is that you can actually sit down at a desk as a student really nicely, which I really like. So using these scaffolding parts, I wasn't sure if it was a good call because they do look ugly, but then I realized you can go through the scaffolding. And so check this out. You can sit at your own desk with ease, bro. Look at that. That's like a proper school. So that is really cool. That's why I use it throughout the castle. And then of course the teacher would stand here, or the professor, I guess, since it's a university. So yeah, there's just a bunch of different rooms throughout the castle that is furnished. There's a lot of classrooms. But of course it's not just classrooms. Like for example, up here, what's this? It's a bathroom. We also got a library here, which is pretty neat. It's really hard to go over this castle. I might have to do its own tour of the entire building because it's so huge. Like this castle alone, it's purely offices for, I guess, professors. So everyone gets their own office, I guess. But of course this castle is a historical site as well. So there are rooms in the top of this tower and some other towers that are blocked off for historical purposes, right? This whole tower is dormitories for the teachers. So teachers can sleep in these rooms, that's where they sleep. And then of course there are dorms for the people who stay here, like the students. So here's one example. I really want to redo the dorms because that's just so cramped, so many beds. I would not want to sleep here. I did it just so I could get it done, right? It's a work in progress, those rooms. But there are a bunch of dorms actually. I think there's another one in this tower here. Yep. Yeah. Again, gotta redo that. But for example, all these towers now are furnished with bookcases and desks and stuff, so we have classrooms throughout the castle now. Look at that. That's a proper classroom, right? So this is probably a huge school. I don't know what school has this many classrooms. It's pretty much the same in every single tower. But yeah, I furnished even the dungeons. So if we go down here, you can see I added 3D stuff to the outside, and so the dungeons, if you go down here, you know, it's furnished. Everything is furnished. Here's more dorms. Pretty cool. I can't wait for this to be a server. You know, players, imagine bunch of players could come and study here. I don't know what they would learn, but it'd be pretty cool. So yeah, that is Central Castle, and that is the big bulk of this update. So now that we got that out of the way, I closed the Global Meeting House. So there used to be this this building here forever called the Global Meeting House, which was inspired by the United Nations. But now it's closed, like there's nothing in here, because the map that was in here, we now have the map room in the Ice Castle, so that all that was left here were a bunch of the old kingdom banners. But now I have moved the kingdom banners. I hate flying around. I'm just going to take a Nexus box to spawn. Of course, you know, spawn is a pretty important place, so there's actually all the information at spawn. So under here, I'm finally starting to furnish this area. We have, of course, the Grand Flag Room, which shows you all of the different kingdoms in history. So there is a lot of history in this world, remember. So here are all the kingdom banners. Stellogard and Time Guard. So I finally named the country for this flag. It's called Time Guard because I really liked how Ocean Guard sounds. So yeah, I did open the Grand Flag Room, which we just saw, and now moving on to, I moved the Chocolateville docks. So over here, this place used to be called Chocolateville. It's really just like a mini village out in Central, and the docks I repositioned. They used to be this way for no reason, so now they actually fit better this way like a normal dock would. Alright, so next I opened the Nexus City Hall. So let's head on over to Nexus City so you could see the new City Hall. I finally added this building in. It used to be empty. It still is sort of empty, but now it has a purpose. It's the City Hall. You know, when we get a server, we might have builders furnish all this for me because I don't know what the heck to add here. I assume offices, right? Alright, so next up, what I did is I expanded the Waterways to Chocolateville City and Winterland Castle. So what that means is basically, this is the Waterways. Basically, I used existing Minecraft rivers and I connected all the cities together with it. So this river goes all the way to Aventry as well as Ocean Guard, like it connects to the ocean, and I finally connected it to this bridge here. This area kind of had no purpose, so I added a dock and I utilize that random house that was here for some villagers, and now we got, I guess, like a villager outpost. Alright, so next up, that's kind of big, is I renovated the Time Guard Citadel. So the Time Guard Citadel is, of course, the government building for this country, right? And it's right here. So I renovated this place, and now we actually have offices with purposes. Like it wasn't furnished before, so we have the president's office here, President Timeworks. I'm the president. Of course, when this is a server, people can be elected president, and it'll be pretty cool. So yeah, this is my office, right? And we got the vice president's office. Here is basically the directory for all the floors, because I'm not going to go to every room, because that'll take forever. So let's go to floor 2 really quick, just to show you. All this is just those random offices, and then this one is the meeting hall. So this is where, like, I kind of think I know how government works. At least in Canada, you have, like, the House of Commons. So this is basically the House of Commons, right? Where, you know, the parties can decide on things, so that's what this is right here. And then on the 3rd floor, which I'm pretty sure is the same in Canada, right? And maybe the US too, we have the Senate. So this is like the higher levels, I guess. We have so this is the Senate room. You know, of course, if there's a new president, they might want to re-renovate all this to make it look a lot more grand, because honestly, this looks too plain. But yeah, whoever is elected president, please order the builders to make a better government building, because, I mean, this is cool and all, but still kind of lame. But yeah, that was done. That was pretty cool. So next, I added a Lego guy to Wonderland, which is a very old build. So over at Wonderland, because we have a lot of random room here, like this, right? I added this guy. So this is a thing that I built, like, in version 1.3 maybe of this world. Some interesting facial expressions. So yeah, I just added him. Because why not, you know? Throwback to the old world. But yeah, I have some extremely epic ideas for the next update, and what I'm doing here, the reason why I'm building so much is I am planning for the future, for when this becomes a server, and even for some bigger things that you don't even know will happen with this world. Bigger than a Minecraft server, I'll give you that, yeah. So that's it for me in this update. I hope you enjoyed. So yeah, that's it for me in this video. If you enjoyed and want to see more Minecraft stuff like this, click subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, fly on.